we're gonna look at some areas where you can find the most incredible deals in the market right now. All right, welcome everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is another Monday market update. Today we are going to look at some numbers of the real estate market in Phoenix, Arizona, as well as some potentially a good area for you to look into and finding the best deal. Okay, so let's go through a couple presentation, couple data now. So as of today, as of August 1st, we can see that here's the good news. At least some good news on the market right now, right? So it's good news, but it's a better number compared to the last time I spoke. So the number of new listings onto the market is starting to fall. Meaning it's good in a way that only 2,589, 2,800. I'm sorry, 2,589 new listing for last week, right, for the last 7 days. So that means it's only up about 5.8% compared to the previous year, right? So we already passed the peak. The peak was back on June of 25th, where we have about 3,169 listing onto the market. So we see that a slowdown in terms of the new listing coming onto the market, right? Although we still have to admit, now this is the bad news. We still have to admit that the number is still very high, and for some of you, it may not. For some of you, you can see that there's a lot of new listing on the market. What about under contract? We have about 7,887 under contract as of July 31st, yesterday. So that means we down about 28% compared to the previous year. Now, to put in a bigger respective comparison, that is actually a lowest total for the end of July since July of 2007. Now, 2007, as you remember, that is not the best year of real estate market. So we are not really in a good condition right now in terms under contract. Obviously, we see a huge drop of demand of buyers right now on the market, right? So we currently see that the monthly sale is also about 6,707. That is down also 25% compared to the previous year. That is also the lowest point. That is also lowest point since July 2014, right? So we have the amount under contract lowest point since July 2007, and the sale is the number of sale is lowest since July 2014. So there's a lot of signs, signals to show that there's not a lot of demand on the market, and we already know about that, right? Because of the interest rate is so high, lots of first-time home buyer, people who buy houses for primary home, people already locked into the low interest rate. They do not care about buying another houses anymore. And not only that, the investor also have a cold feet right now as well. Because here's the thing: if they buy, right, they expect to be able to sell back. For example, fix and flip model, right? They expect to be able to sell back, but no other regular buyers, excuse me, buy right now. So the investor may put a hold on that as well. Right, this is only good market for those people who put into the property, like put the property under contract and then later rent it out. So we're going to talk about that later on, so that you can find out where is a good market right now. Okay, in terms of some numbers that I want to show with you. Okay, so this is a comfort market index. Oh, I didn't share my screen yet. So here's the screen, right? So here's the screen right here. This is a comfort market index. As you see here, let me put myself smaller. Pretty much, it is, here's also another good news. There's only a 32% decrease compared to previous time is 34%, right? So it's still on the track of going down, but it's in a slower speed, right? You can see here all 17 city is right around, right now is less than 200, except for Fountain Hills, right? Only still at the 232. So we see that at the luxury market is still really not so much of the supply on the market right now, and the demand is still the same, right? For other part of the city, of course, Paradise Valley, where there are still a lot of luxury homes, more than a million, 2 million, more than that, right? It's still at the high end. Other than that, Scottsdale, Cape Creek, Avondale, all the city is very close to 100. We actually have 3 cities already that is actually in the buyer market, right? Remember, from 90 to 100 is about the balanced market. So right now we have Maricopa, Queen Creek, and Buckeye. Okay, Maricopa, Queen Creek, and Buckeye is actually the 3 cities where you can find the very good deal, because these are the cities that already in the buyer market. Okay, already in the buyer's market, and by definition, in the buyer's market, the buyer has more negotiation power, and you can as a buyer fighting a very good deal because the seller want to sell. All right, now the next market that I think by this time next week we're gonna see they are also in the buyer market is also going to be Mesa, Phoenix, Glendale, Peoria, Chandler, Surprise, and Tempe and Gilbert, right? Because right now we still forecast those numbers are going to go down very quickly. So by this time of next week, I expect those cities, we're going to have about 10 cities in total in the buyer markets, okay? More cities gonna come up on the market as a buyer's market. But right now, we're gonna see again Maricopa City, Queen Creek, and Buckeye are the 2 areas that where you can find the good deals, right? You see, is it really true, Long? Not necessary, right? Even though in those cities, I'm gonna say that yes and no. First of all, the answer is yes and no. In those cities, even though the seller really want to sell, they are not in the desperate conditions, desperate situation to sell. So my job as a real estate agent, is identify deals where you can make good deals on the market right now, and that leading us to this one. So this is an Opendoor listing. As you know, Opendoor is a iBuyer company. They buy property from the seller, and they buy property and from a seller, and they sell it back to the market, right? Right now, as of 25th of July, last week, right, the number of listing of Opendoor is about 1,682 listing on the market. That is about 10%. That is about 10% of available listings on the market at that time. OfferPad is about the same situation. If I can show you right here. Where's OfferPad? Right here. OfferPad is about the same situation at 381, and then the number of listing of both of them, both company, going up higher and higher, right? And the number of under contract is decreased. So it's actually really bad for them, because why? First of all, they don't want to hold up a lot of inventory on the market right now, and especially in this market right here, they don't want to hold, right? But they want to sell it. These are the cities. So if you are looking into the properties owned by OfferPad and Opendoor, then you more likely to negotiate the price going down for those companies, with those companies, right? If you have a house, if you have the house owned by Opendoor and OfferPad, right? And if your real estate agent is really good at negotiation, then you should be able to negotiate the price really good for you, right? In your favor. So looking at those numbers, especially if you can combine the factors of like the cities, the best city to buy in right now, Maricopa, Queen Creek, and Buckeye, as well as Opendoor, OfferPad on, you will most likely to finding the good deals in those areas. Okay. Now, one thing I want to talk about is that for the sellers, right? For the seller, you are in the market of right now competing with a lot of homeowners who want to sell their house for any reason, right? And for that reason, you have to have a more creative strategy to sell, instead of just putting on the market, put the sign on the yard, and then pray that the home sold, right? For that reason, I have recently joining the program called 72 program. This is a great affiliate program with Hay Partners, right? They obviously have a more creative strategy to sell your home, and you can within 72 hours. And of course, you're going to get a higher price as well because of their creative strategy. Do not, if you want to sell, if you really want to sell right now, do not just rely on hope, right? The people who only put the sign on your yard, putting on the MLS and pray are the people that hope that your listing sold. It's not the case anymore. You cannot do that anymore because this is the buyer market already. So you have to have a more creative strategy to get your home sold. For that reason, I'm here. I know that you already, maybe some of you already aware of the program through all the marketing that they have in throughout the valley. But I am now also officially able to use the program to help all the seller as well. So with that, please contact me if you have any information, if you have any question about the data that I show, as well as the program, the 72 sold program to help you sell your house faster. All right. Thank you so much and have a good day. Bye-bye.